Hello, everyone, and welcome to this another episode of the Cinema Recall podcast. I am the Vern, and
I'm Ashley.
surprise,
Hi.
surprise! Hello.
What's up?
We've been
What's
away for a
cracking?
little bit. I was
Yeah.
sick,
Yes.
and I could not get onto the microphone because that sounded horrible, and I was sneezing and coughing, still coughing now, but feeling a lot better than I
Good.
was last week. It is good to see you, my friend. How you been?
Nice to see you. How have I been?
Yeah,
Busy. Busy as fuck.
it's a Christmas season. I completely
It
understand
is,
that.
but it was my daughter's golden birthday yesterday.
Oh yes, a
So
happy
there was
birthday
a
to
lot of
Izzy.
thanks. There was a lot of getting ready for that yesterday. And excuse me, but
Oh,
my allergies are out of control because I took my cat to get fixed this morning and she rode home on my lap, and so all of her hair and dander and shit are all over me, which I'm allergic, but I have cats anyway because I don't care.
that's fair. Well,
Yeah.
despite
Where'd your
you
facial hair
sneezing,
go, bro?
I shaved it. I did.
Man,
I know it's weird. It'll grow back,
it's just
but
it's we're just not used to it. That's
that's
all.
fair. I know it is strange, but when I was sick, just the sneezing and coughing too much, it got to
Yeah.
be really weird on my face. So I got
Just
rid
like
of
get
it.
rid of it.
It just felt bad on me, but I'll put it back soon. I promise you. First of all, if you're listening, go ahead.
You do whatever you want, man.
I like the beard. The beard looked good on me. I like that.
I think the beard looks good on you. Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the homes. First of all, if you're watching or listening to Cinema Recall, thank you very much. We're available on YouTube and on Spotify, Podchaser, Good Pods. We're actually featured in the top 50 podcasts on Good Pods
Wow.
list of Good Pods.
Good pods. That's pretty cool.
Good Pods
dig
is
it.
a podcast app. So listen to an app.
Nice.
People can, we're featured on there. That's a cool thing. Also, I found out too, Ashley, that we
Yeah.
are in the top 5% of all podcasts in the nation.
What?
Yeah, according to Listen Notes, it says the
Really?
global range search, we are in the top 5%.
Wow.
So I
You
don't know
sure
what that
it's
means for
top
sure.
5, not bottom 5? Did you read that right?
I'm pretty sure. My dyslexia
Just
is showing here. All right.
Right? Yeah.
But still, very, very thankful for that.
That's
That's a cool
awesome.
thing. Also, let our listeners know that each Sunday you can find us at Full Swap Radio,
For
fullswapradio.com
Vanilla
during their.
Sunday.
Yep, so check us out there. That's very cool. Also, we are on Newsly. Newsly is an all-in-one audio app for your iOS and Android phone. It picks the most trending articles on the web and reads them to you in a natural human voice. For the first time ever, the entire web becomes listenable. Stop scrolling, start listening, go to newsly.me, use the promo code RECALL, and get 1 month free of their premium service. And the fact that I can remember that shit is impressive.
It's
'cause
pretty incredible.
I can't remember anything else in my head.
You did it,
I can't remember birthdays,
That's okay.
things that people
But you
like.
can remember ad spots, and that's what's important. Okay?
See, the ad spots there.
That's what's important in life, is the ad spots. So, way to go, bro. Way to go. Proud of you.
Thank you, fam.
Gold star for
Now,
Vern.
we gotta do this. You clicked on the link. You know that we're talking about Gremlins and Kiss Kiss Bane Bane. But really quickly, I gotta do a Rage Corner. Rage Corner brought to you by our guys from Film Rage podcast. I do. Do you have a rage this week?
No. I have. No, I don't really have a rage. You know why? I'm too tired. Why? Too tired to rage.
Your rage should be the fact that you're busy. You've been busy working and prepping for your kids.
But,
going on birthday, Christmas is coming up.
I'm so exhausted. I can't rage.
Rage. Well, I'm going to
sleep
rage.
Corner.
Sleep
Let me hear yours.
Let's
hear yours.
Better. So my rage, and I got this after watching the new trailer for Beverly Hills Cop coming to Netflix. Because, there's there's going to be a new Beverly Hills Cop movie. Eddie
Who's in
Murphy
it?
is coming back as Axel Foley for a new
Okay.
movie.
And that
And
makes you rage, Phil?
no, that does not
Oh.
make me rage because that trailer
All right.
actually looks pretty good. And it looks like
All
a lot
right.
of fun. But
Yeah.
my rage is I feel like there's too much of this rebooting going on with movies and TV shows. You know, we have a new Frasier on TV, and I heard that's supposed to be really good too. And I'm hearing like the new Beetlejuice is coming out.
That looks good.
And I haven't seen anything from it. And my rage is that I'm worried that this is going to become too much of a trend, and it's going to become an overkill. Like every small little thing. Because okay, look at like Hocus Pocus, big movie, and then the second one came out. Yeah,
Gosh.
and that's what I worry about with some of these new franchises, you know, new sequels, especially for movies that didn't actually need a sequel. Like, I don't think Beetlejuice actually needs a sequel.
No, but it's kind of cool. I'm happy about it though, because even though it doesn't need one, the fact that we get another one is pretty amazing.
Am I going to go see it? Yes, I'm going to go see it. Jenna Ortega, Monica Bellucci is going to be in there. Of course, I'm going to watch it because I'm a fan of those people, but I know I'm just going to be watching it going, oh yeah, that's from the first movie. That's from the first movie. I remember shit. That's funny because I'm being nostalgic about it, and that's all I'm getting from that movie.
We like nostalgia. We're at the age of nostalgia, baby.
I know. I'm just, I feel like maybe I'm raging.
I'm going to let you rage, though, because that's what Rage Corner is for. So go ahead.
Thank you. Okay.
You know, I'm on your side here during Rage Corner.
I'm getting older now, and maybe that's what
I'm
raging about.
God, get your own shit, people. You know? Find your own things. Fucking Gen Z. Taking our millennial cool shit.
But
you know what else is coming back? You know what's coming back? Cassette tapes, bitch.
Are they really?
Sales of cassette tapes were up 40% last month.
Where can I buy a cassette player anymore? Even like a Walkman cassette player.
I don't know. I bet Amazon has one. I want a Walkman. I want a Walkman with the little thin metal headband and a uncomfortable foam earpiece. And I want it in bright yellow.
I used to make a whole bunch of mixtapes.
Oh, yeah. Bring me the mixtapes. I mean, I only got one mixtape, and it just had one song on it on repeat when I was in high school.
What was that?
It. I got to lay down, you guys.
What song was it?
This is it. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, fair enough.
We're not going to talk about what song it was, because if the person who made it for me watches or listens, and I give the song away, then they'll definitely know. And I would just rather not.
That's fair.
It was for a movie, though. It was sweet, but I was not receptive to romantic gestures or boys. So, not that I was receptive to girls. I was just scared of boys then. So I was like, oh God, no, take it away. I mean, I'm very receptive to men now.
Fair enough.
Yeah, mixtape, bitch. You can send your mixtape to P.O. Box. Send it to Vern's house. I'll get it. I can't give you my address.
Okay, all right. I will. If listeners want the address, if you want to send Ashley a mixtape, or send me a mixtape too.
I want to know how you guys feel about me. I want to know all of your deep love and lust for me.
Yeah, same to you ladies out there too. If you want to send a mixtape out to me,
yeah, send a mixtape to Vern.
I would love that very much. Let me know your deep erotic fantasies in song form.
Yeah.
Well, I never made mixtapes for anyone except for myself.
Oh, yeah.
But I would always able to incorporate, because I had my TV hooked up to my stereo.
Yeah.
So I could record clips of movies and TV shows into my mixtape. Oh my God,
what a dork you were. I love it.
I was. So I would record.
But you know what? You were ingenuitive. So there you go. Well, should we talk about our movie?
Oh yes, we should talk about our movies. Let's do that right now. Which one should we talk about first?
Let's go for Gremlins first. Let's do it.
All right, Gremlins, 1984 movie directed by Joe Dante, written by Christopher Columbus. You'll know Christopher Columbus best for writing the screenplays.
Yeah, because he came across on the Mayflower.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
But he did.
Bad joke. Bad joke.
He did
Thanks,
write and
Vern.
direct Adventures in Babysitting.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote and directed the very first 2 Harry Potter movies.
Oh, neat. Okay.
But
that I
in the
didn't
cast, we have Zach Galifianakis, Phoebe Cates, and it is a story about a boy who gets a small furry pet as a gift from his dad, and there are just 3 rules when having this pet. What are those 3 rules, Ashley?
Keep it out of sunlight. It'll kill it. Do not get it wet, and do not feed it after midnight. Also, I find it hard to say that he's a boy. He's definitely a young man because he works at the bank.
He works at a bank, and his best friend is a 10-year-old boy.
Yeah, it's a little weird. But
he's also dating Phoebe Cates, one of the most hottest women.
He isn't dating her, though.
He that's
doesn't date her. They just kiss. They finally get together throughout the movie. He's not dating her.
So they're not dating
Stupid
her.
Judge Reinhold was trying to mack on her at work. He's such a dick in this movie.
But they have feelings for each other. Small town.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Feelings. Romantic vibe right there.
Yes.
So
I have a hard time saying that he's a boy. He's a young man whose dad gets him a gift. A stolen gift, I might add.
No, he didn't steal it. He paid the kid money.
He didn't steal it, but that young boy at his grandpa's shop sold it behind his grandfather's back. So it's technically stolen. But I digress. Go ahead.
So now I remember the first time I watched this movie. It was in '84. Before I was able even to see the movie, my mom got me from Burger King these records that have the story of Gremlins on them. And I remember listening to that. She got me a Gizmo plush toy, and even just hearing this audio book version on record scared the hell out of me while listening to it. And my folks would not let me watch this in theaters. They thought this would be too gory and disgusting, which I get.
I was 4, so I didn't get to. I didn't see it when it came out. I don't think I saw it till I was about 8.
Okay.
On HBO.
I know we rented this as a family watching it, and I was scared. I'm still scared to this day of the Gremlins hatching out everywhere. I found it to be just completely freaky, but at the same time, too,
they are creepy.
It's very funny in moments. Them at the bar.
Yes.
Doing all those dance
the fact
moves.
That Phoebe Cates didn't just leave immediately. She's like, well, they're patrons. I'll fill up your drinks. Just don't bite me.
She has the work to do, they're customers.
She has a job to do.
She
does not discriminate. She's like, whoever you are, come on in. Gremlins, fine. Come on in.
Phoebe Cates originally wasn't going to get the part because of her role in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Mm-hmm.
Because people thought that she would be unpure to do that role just because of her nude scene in Fast Times. And I'm like, she's an actor. She can just do anything she wants to.
Yeah.
And she's adorable, all right? I did not get a crush on Phoebe Cates until I saw Drop Dead Fred.
Oh, I haven't seen that in ages.
Oh, Drop Dead Fred is a movie I just completely fell in love with Phoebe Cates in that movie. But I digress there. So yeah, a bunch of weird hijinks go on after Billy gets the gizmo wet, and they multiply, and then the little Mogwais, they play a little trick on him and unplug the clock. And oh no, he forgets this after midnight, and he feeds them, and then they become these horrific creatures, and they wreck the town. One of the key moments of this movie is them at the movie theater.
Love that scene. Watching Snow White.
Mm-hmm. Which is absolutely
in just
great.
A theater full of Gremlins. It was amazing.
No, it was absolutely great. The dad in this movie, the inventor,
Yes,
is
the
played by
terrible
Hoyt
inventor.
Axton. Terrible inventor. He wrote songs for the band Three Dog Night, and his mom wrote Elvis' song "Heartbreak Hotel."
Oh wow, that's interesting. See, these are things that you
So
knew
hey,
that I didn't.
yeah.
You said you were going
Uh,
to school
also
me,
found
and
out
you were
too.
right.
Also found out too that there's a scene where Billy's walking through town and it's showing a marquee of all of the movie theater,
Mm-hmm.
and the movie theater marquee says "A Boy's Life" and "Watch the Skies." "A Boy's Life" was the working title for E.T., and "Watch the Skies" was a working title for Close Encounters. And since Steven Spielberg was producing this, those were little
Yes,
Easter eggs for him.
that's
In
cool.
fact, Steven Spielberg was a big component of making this movie get made because he was a big fan of Joe Dante's last feature, The Howlin', and the studios were not really keen on the movie. They thought there were too many gremlins, and so Spielberg was like,
Too
"I can
many.
remove the gremlins and just call it." Well, Spielberg was like, "I can remove the gremlins and just call it people," but
Nice.
that didn't go either well. And I know the studios really hated Phoebe Cates' Santa Claus speech in the middle of it. They wanted that cut out of the movie.
Oh, where she explains that her dad is stuck in the chimney and he dies in the chimney. Well,
Yeah.
when I watched the movie, when I rewatched it, I thought to myself, what an idiot your father was, ma'am. Coming down the chimney, arm full of gifts, and that's why he didn't come home, and that's why you hate Christmas, because your dad was a complete fucking idiot
Yeah.
and tried to come down the chimney to surprise you.
Oh.
I
I
also
found it.
agree. That was a dumb little part of the story, and I didn't like it. But I mean, so dumb.
I found it to be very funny, but
I'm
also
sure
very
you did.
tragic and sad. Yeah, it's tragic and sad because the characters believe in it, but it's just so out the wall, weird and bizarre
Yeah,
that it just fits. I mean, here's a story about these creatures that come to invade this town, this picturesque, hallmark looking town,
yeah.
and that part's weird and bizarre. And then having this dark thing in there is even more weird and bizarre. And I
Hmm.
love the fact that in Gremlins 2, they lampoon it by saying that she can't stand President's Day because she had an incident with like Abe Lincoln on President's Day, which is just great. I recommend Gremlins 2 if you ever seen Gremlins 2 in a
Jeez.
while. It
I
is
loved Gremlins too, but so silly. Anyway,
so, uh, also, cool thing I found about this: Emilio Estevez from Breakfast Club was
mhm.
originally going to be cast in
as
this movie Gremlins. He auditioned, but he didn't pass the
as
audition. So
what part?
the main part, Billy,
How old was he when in '84?
well, 84. I mean, remember the Breakfast Club? He's like that age at Breakfast Club,
Did that come out in
so like
80?
20.
Okay.
That came in 85. It's like when
Okay. So he was a teenager. I couldn't remember. I know. I forgot that Corey Feldman is the Billy's best friend, the neighbor kid.
yes, Lost Boys Corey Feldman is in this. Yes, very cool thing.
Goonie, Goonie, Corey Feldman,
Goonies Corey
Goonie.
Feldman.
Get it
Fern,
right.
okay. Sorry. But do you remember the old couple where
Yes,
one
next
guy,
door, the guy that doesn't like anything foreign.
yeah, that's character actor Dick Miller. He's been in a bunch of movies. His wife is played by Jackie Joseph, and I found this out while watching it. Both Jackie Joseph and Dick Miller appeared in the original Little Shop of Horrors. And Jackie Joseph, she
Really?
plays Audrey
Oh wow, that's
in the
cool.
original Little Shop of
Yeah,
Horrors.
that's pretty
And
cool.
the cool thing is, I will share this really quickly while I have you here. I got from Film Masters a Blu-ray copy of The Terror and the original Little Shop of Horrors. You will find a review of this on cinemarecall.net,
That's
where I do a
awesome,
review
Vern.
about this features, and
Nice.
it was really cool. The original Little Shop of Horrors is actually a lot of fun to watch. Not as fun as the 1986 musical, but it's fun. It's like only 80 minutes long, but it's cool. I think they shot that movie in 3 days, so
Interesting.
very cool. But I found it to be kind of a cool thing that they were on there. Uh, the mean woman in this, Mrs. Deagle, who gets
Yes.
shot out of her
Evil
chair
Mrs.
by
Deagle.
gremlins.
Yeah.
One that's all about money. That is Polly Holiday, who is best known as Flo in the show Alice.
Okay. I
So,
recognize that name.
you know, and so Gremlins was a huge hit. I remember Gremlins being everywhere. Do you remember the marketing for this movie after it came out?
I don't, just because I was 4.
Okay, that's fair.
I think I remember more of the marketing for the second one,
Okay, that's
than the
fair.
first one. And I always thought
I
Gizmo was cute, but watching the movie again, I'm like, Gizmo wasn't even that cute. He was creepy looking. But I love puppets, so I was like, they did their best. They did their best. And you
oh,
know what I thought was I really enjoyed after Stripe jumps into the YMCA pool and all hell breaks loose and he makes himself a little
mhm.
army of gremlins. The scene where they're all coming up the street is such a great
Yes,
scene because all of those puppets are just coming your way. It was really fun to watch.
and all this stuff was just shot by hand.
Yep.
Chris Wallace, who was the person who had designed the Gizmo creature, he talks about that he had to just move each of those puppets by hand themselves, and that was really impressive. Since this movie was released everywhere in the world, Howie Mandel, who is the voice of Gizmo,
I saw that.
had he had to dub each of his lines in a different language. But not only
Oh, for
that,
Gizmo?
they had to change. Yeah, so they had to do like Gizmo's lines in different
Mhm.
languages. But not only that, they incorporated different music of that era into the movie. So they put like popular
Interesting.
German music
That's
to make
kind of
it seem
interesting. I didn't know
more
that. That's cool.
global, make it more global, effective, and that's how it got to be the big box office that it was. Yeah, rewatching it again this time, I had a big blast of it. I still think the movie is scary and funny, especially the moment when Billy's mom is fighting off the gremlins, and even that very beginning part where it plays that song, "Do you hear what I hear?" as
Yeah.
she's tiptoeing through the house, and then a
Yes.
big fight sequence she has where
In the kitchen.
she's
Well, the
in the
first one,
kitchen.
I was saying that when the first I had forgotten how gory and like crazy that movie was
Yes.
because I was like holy shit. Like the first gremlin kills the teacher and then you're like, "Okay, that's one." And then when they hatch and mom's home and they're all in the kitchen and she sneaks in and turns the blender on and it's just like gremlin soup flying everywhere. I was like, "Oh my god, I forgot how disgusting this movie is." Like when
Yeah.
it comes to gore, even though it's not human gore, it's gremlin gore and it's green and slimy and they get stabbed and their heads get cut off and she stuffs one in a microwave and turns
Yes.
on and the fucker explodes and I was like, "Holy shit. I I forgot about that. That's
it
insane."
it was
And
because of
also
this movie.
amazing.
Oh, so much fun. It was because of
Yeah.
this and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. That's why we got the PG-13 rating, is because
Yes.
of that. And it's weird too because there's not a lot of gore in PG-13 movies. Most of the time when
No.
there are gory scenes, it goes straight to R. So that's
Yeah.
to be kind of a weird thing. I don't quite get that though. All right, so talk about that. All right, so this was filmed around the same time on the same set of Streets of Fire, Walter Hill's great music rock opera Streets of Fire, which I will recommend our viewers watch because it's a hell of a lot of fun. And it's a movie that I think you should watch as sort of like a reaction video because it's crazy,
Really?
it's weird. It's got Rick Moranis is in it.
Okay, I'm in.
Um, it's yeah, it's great, and he plays like this like almost slime ball record producer agent guy. It's great. Diane Lane is in it too. Yeah,
Oh, I like
William
her.
Dafoe is in there. Yeah, it's just a
All
really
right. I do have one
crazy.
gripe with
Okay,
Gremlins. Well, I have a couple, but I will
okay.
tell you. I the fact that they are out in the snow walking around and not multiplying.
You-
You know what I
you-
mean?
yes. Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah. I was like, come on, guys. The minute that shit hits their skin, it's gonna melt. That's gonna be water. There's gonna be more gremlins. I just thought they
That
really that's not plausible. What, they have to be submerged? There has to be more than a drop? Like, I don't buy
and,
it.
and yeah, no, not really, because when that history teacher is testing on the gremlin, he just uses one drop of water and it multiplies to like three or four of them.
Yeah.
So that
Hmm.
good eye on that, Ashley. I
Yep.
agree. That's
Thanks.
a problem with the screenwriters
I
right
like to
there,
point
and
out the small things that I notice in movies.
that's good. That I never thought about that. Many
Yeah.
times I watch this, I never think about that
Really?
stuff.
First thing I
That's why
thought
I'm
of, I
glad
was
you're
like,
here.
they're out in the snow and they're not multiplying. It's not adding up.
Uh, you are bringing the intelligence to
Thank
this
you.
podcast in more
Thank
ways than one,
you.
my friend. So definitely appreciate
I
that.
try.
Not only is she beautiful and good looking, but she has one hell of a brain on her. All
I
right.
do. Yes. Thanks, Vern.
All right. So I'm forgetting something. I am forgetting something, and I know every time that I do forget stuff, I got written out Magic Mind. There it
Oh,
is. Magic
what would you do
Magic
without it, Vern?
Mind is the shot that I used to help make sure that all the facts I told you about Gremlins is due because of Magic Mind. Go to magicmind.com/cinema recall. Use the code cinema recall 20 and get 56% off your first purchase in the first 10 days. You'll see links in our show notes about where to go for Magic Mind, but there it is. It boosts energy and focus, crush procrastination, and elevates mental clarity. For our podcast listeners, we are going to take a small break right now. We're going to play some ad spot from our great podcast show, and we'll be right back.
Do 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 da 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 da.
I want to hear you
I'm
just
so
keep
tired,
singing.
Vern.
Okay, all right. We're back. Sorry.
We're back. We're
We're
back, and
back.
I'm so sleepy.
It's so sleepy. But we have a fun, exciting movie to talk about for our next feature. We have, and I'm going to hold it here in my hands, Kiss Kiss Bane Bane.
So freaking good. I forgot
Now,
how RDJ is in this movie. Like when you think of the way he is as Captain America, as Iron
Captain
Man, and you
Aaron.
think of like when you think of his quippy little snarky this is the movie I feel like where it really ramped up.
Well, it's a funny story you say that because John Favreau was a big fan of Kiss Kiss Bane Bane so much that he actually sought out Robert Downey Jr. to play
Nice.
Tony Stark in Iron Man because of this movie.
Such a great
Um,
movie.
Now, before this movie was made, Robert Downey Jr. was seen as a drunk and a drug addict. He could not get a job in movies for a long, long time. And I think it
Yeah.
was not until James Toback casted him in Two Girls and a Guy that people started to see him again as a serious actor. And then Shane Black wrote this feature. If you know who Shane Black is the guy who wrote Lethal Weapon and The Long Kiss Goodnight and The Last Boy Scout, bunch of the great comedy action films from the 80s. This is the first film that he actually wrote and directed, and he brought in both Robert Downey Jr. and the wonderful Val Kilmer
Val
in the roles.
Kilmer. Yes.
Can you tell our listeners just the basic plot outline of this, or do you want me to?
Well, I can. It's
Okay.
about RDJ. He is a small town thief who accidentally gets cast, well, not really cast, but asked to come read for a movie, right? So he ends up in
Well,
LA.
he's escaping from he's was robbing a store, and then
Yeah.
he's running out, and then his partner gets shot by a civilian, and then he accidentally runs into this casting session
Yep.
and reads for this part, and the casting people are so impressed they fly him out to Los Angeles,
Right.
and they have him work with Val Kilmer's character because Val Kilmer's a real cop, and he's going to take
Val
lessons from him.
Kilmer's a PI. He's not a
PI,
cop.
private investigator. Sorry,
Yeah.
you're right.
But yes. And yeah. A flurry of murders and mayhem ensue.
Yeah, they get mixed up with Robert Downey Jr.'s childhood friend Melody, played by Michelle Monaghan, who's there trying to find out what happened to her missing sister. And
Right.
what I love about this movie is that it starts with one story plot, and then it layers another one on top of it, and it goes back from other plot points to a new plot point, back to old plot points. It just goes back and forth in the storyline. It's a movie that I watch many times again, and I always get lost in its story, but the way Shane Black tells it, you're never fully lost while watching it. But it's difficult to really explain because if I do, I'm going to give away a lot of spoilers. And it's a fun movie just to watch by itself. And
Yeah.
what I love best about this movie, Ashley, is Robert Downey Jr.'s narration throughout
Yes.
it.
Yeah, the
The,
narration is great.
the way that he breaks the fourth wall constantly through this, and I love the way that he's telling about a flashback, and then halfway through the flashback, the film stops. He says, "Oh shit, I forgot to tell you about this part that happened during the flashback. What am I? I'm a stupid narrator." And he goes back to the part.
Yeah.
It's great,
The
and
writing is really well done and it keeps it interesting.
the chemistry that both Val Kilmer and Robert Downey Jr. have is absolutely great. They're almost doing a vaudeville comedy act while watching
Yeah.
this. They're just uh in fact, on the DVD itself, which I did not get a chance to watch, but I will, it does have commentary from Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer with Shane
Nice.
Black.
Nice.
And I listened to part of it, and they're not really talking about the movie itself, but they're sort of like having fun with each other, talking about the movie as it goes on.
Yeah.
And this may be one of the last times you'll get to hear Val Kilmer in his actual voice before his
Yeah.
illness took over.
Yeah.
And I did watch that Val documentary, and that was
That's such a good doc.
really
Yeah.
good.
I really
That
enjoyed
was
that
very
doc
heart.
too. And I really
That was
like
very
that his
heartbreaking.
son narrates that and it sounds just like him.
It
His
sounds so
son
much
sounds
like him.
just like him. It's crazy.
But I did not get a chance to listen to the whole commentary track of this, and I will go back and do it. Just because I watched it the first 30 minutes, and I'm like, they're not really talking about the movie itself, so I don't have any facts to give. It's just fun to hear them talk to each other, like
Right.
friends talking to each other about stuff, and fucking great. Love that. Can I mention Michelle Monaghan, who I always thought was like a low grade version of Liv Tyler, but she actually does a very good job in this
She
movie,
does a good
and it's
job.
a lot of
She's
fun.
not my favorite actress, but she does a pretty good job in this movie. I
Do you
feel like
have
they
do you have
should have went with somebody else. I couldn't tell you who they should have gone with, but I just felt like some of the scenes they're like super forced on her part
Mhm.
and like
I do like the scene.
overacted. Yeah. Whereas Val and RDJ are like super they're just like it's like watching two friends have a conversation. It's not forced. It doesn't feel overacted. It just feels totally natural. And then anytime she's in a scene, I'm like, "Oh my god, could you just like not be so like
You know,
just
I
I
thought
don't know any other way to put it but forced." That's what it felt like.
I kind of wish, and I kind of wish that the. Do you remember the movie Dirty Rotten Scoundrels with Steve Martin and Michael
Yes.
Caine? As I hold here on my VHS copy,
Mm-hmm.
the woman in that, Headley, Glenn Headley, the woman in that, I thought she was a really good addition to that movie, and I wanted
Mm-hmm.
someone like her in Kiss
Yeah.
Kiss Bane Bane, someone that could be on the same wavelength comedically and up the games up a little bit more. One of my favorite sequences in Kiss Kiss Bane Bane, there are many favorite sequences, but I love it when both RDJ's character and Michelle Monaghan's character are in the bar and he's talking about other famous people. Like I'll be over there by Brazilian Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
And
Or
later on
maybe
he's
with
like,
Native
I'm gonna be
American
over.
Joe Pesci.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is
There are some
great.
lines, of course, because what year was this released?
2005.
So there are some misogynistic shit going on in this film, like how he talks about any woman in LA is just damaged goods. And like there's a whole I mean there's a lot of stuff that I'm like, "Oh my God, that
Well,
did not age well."
but
But I
they kind of
will
call attention to that too because she's like, anybody here hate Harry? Raise your hand. And so
they all do. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it
very
does.
funny. Yes.
It does kind of comment on that as well.
But I really like Val Kilmer's character. I like his wit. I like how he's really mean to Harry. Like there's a scene where he says, "Look up idiot in the dictionary and you know what you'll find?" And Harry says, "A picture of me." He goes, "No, the definition of idiot, which you clearly are." And I just think those kind of like little witty stabs are so funny.
Yeah. Uh, and I love the fact too that Val Kilmer plays a character named Gay Perry, who is a gay private investigator, and it doesn't tiptoe over the fact that this guy is very much attracted to men, and I found it to be
Yeah,
for 2005, a great thing. I think Gay Perry is a great character, a lot of fun. Even that
yeah.
line he says in the beginning of the movie too, where RDJ says to him. Gay Perry, so are you? He's like, what? Me? No, I'm knee deep in pussy. Just like the name so much, can't get rid of it. Oh.
Just yeah, I know. That's a great line. I also like when Gay Perry says, we're not friends. Like my job is to buffer out corpses for whoever the guy he was working for.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, go home before you get hurt. RDJ says, "Are you threatening me?" He goes, "No. You need to go home before the bad guys kill you." He goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah, the bad guys. Listen, don't quit your gay job." RDJ says, "Don't quit your gay job."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, just those little stabs back and forth are so funny.
Well, this movie, just Been Bane, didn't do so well at the box office. Now, I did hear about this movie first of all from my buddies Kim Walentini
Yeah,
and Mike Brady because they saw this in theaters. Rest in peace, Mike. But they just had so many high words to say about this,
I
and
remember them telling us about that movie actually.
so they went to see it, and it only lasted for like not that long in theaters. I did not get to see it until it came out to video, and I watched it, and I went, "Oh yeah, this is absolutely just a banger." It is set at Christmas time. They
It is.
are
Yep.
saw this thing around Christmas time, and I found it to be absolutely great. Shane Blatt's follow up to The Nice Guys is even more great. It's
I
absolutely
don't think I've ever seen The Nice Guys.
with Ryan
So I should
Gosling and
probably
Russell
watch that.
Crowe. Oh yeah, you will absolutely love The Nice Guys. I
Is
gotta find out
that
where it's
with
streaming.
Russell Crowe and who?
Ryan Gosling.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It
I
is
gotta watch it.
absolutely hysterical. I have a hard time choosing what I like more, Kiss Kiss Bane Bane or The Nice Guys. I'll have to do a screening of both of them back to back
Oh yeah.
next year at my house. But yeah, just absolutely great. The dialogue is just pitch perfect. It's snappy. It's fast. Yeah, it's got some thrill and action in there. It's even got some moments of like shock and surprise when things happen to it. Yeah,
All
just found
right.
to be
Well, it's on the
absolutely
list. I'm gonna have to
ab-
watch it.
Absolutely great. Yeah. I'm describing both Kiss Kiss Bane Bane, but what I say about Kiss Kiss Bane Bane goes for the Nice Guys too, because it's both shocking, funny, hysterical. Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling have good comedy timing, just like Val Kilmer and Robert Downey Jr. have in this.
Awesome.
And it's a movie that I wished it better. I wish Val Kilmer didn't have his illness, because it would be so much fun to see these two back
Yeah.
in action again. And yeah, but great stuff all
If
around.
only we could have one more movie with Gay Perry.
I know, right? Maybe there can be maybe there can be a movie with Gay Perry's son, or maybe like that.
Come
Maybe.
on, we need a kiss, kiss, bang, bang, bang.
Maybe. Let's grade these movies real quickly, Ashley. What grade would you give Gremlins?
I would give Gremlins probably an A.
Okay.
It's fun. It's exactly what you want from a comedy horror genre. And it's, I don't know, I find it entertaining. And there's a lot of surprises. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's an A.
Yeah. I am going to give Gremlins an A minus, and Gremlins 2 an A plus.
There you go.
All right.
Yep.
Now, Kiss Kiss Bane Bane. What are your thoughts on Kiss Kiss Bane Bane?
AA plus
Grade
plus.
and review. I love it. I am also gonna give Kiss Kiss Bane Bane an A plus as well. I don't find
I
any
will
fault in that
give
movie at all.
Yeah, I will give the Melody character C. The whole rest of it is an A plus plus.
Yeah, see. I mean, she well, yeah,
Harmony,
she had
harmony
about
or
maybe a
melody?
C.
Harmony.
Har-
I think it's harmony.
it's melody. Yeah, I don't know. She's more of a is she a C cup or a
She's
B
like a
cup? I'm not.
secondary character. They could have done it without her.
But you gave her a C, right? A B or a C?
Yeah, a
I
C.
thought.
C.
Is she a C cup? I thought she's more of a B cup.
I'm not talking about her boobs, you weirdo. I'm giving her a C.
Oh! Sorry, that's my
She's
bad.
more of an A cup. You
Okay.
get to see those titties.
That's right. Yes, you do. Oh yes. Oh. All right. I do some feedback from our listeners.
All right.
Shoot the Flick over on Twitter said, Shoot the Flick says, I love both of them so much. They are definitely on my list of great alternative Christmas movies. She said it's both Kiss Kiss Bane Bane and Gremlins.
Nice.
Making Tarantino podcast said, Gremlins is always great and a fun time with some scary bits thrown in. Kiss Kiss Bane Bane is an underrated classic and is starting to be more well known. Downey and Kilmer are so great together. The quote he says there, talking monkey, yeah, a talking monkey, mean son of a bitch, only says ficus. Thank you, Making Turn to a podcast. Anders Holmes at Fabricious92 on Twitter says, when I first saw the trailer for Kiss Kiss Bane Bane, I knew I would like it. If it didn't have RDJ in the lead, you probably wouldn't get him as Iron Man. He plays such a funny and relatable character. His chemistry with Kilmer and Shane Black's confident direction made the film. The dialogue is great too. So many hilarious Shane Black-style quotes and one-liners. Plus, Michelle Monaghan is brilliant in her role, and she also shines in the film too. It's a strong debut from Shane Black as a writer and director. And then Suns and Shadows podcast on Twitter. KKBB is a good movie. Just don't watch The Predator if you're a Shane Black fan. And then Film Rage on Twitter said, Kiss is fun, all right, but it's a from us. So I guess they were not big.
Oh, thanks for your input.
On the Gremlins feature there. And I did not really have much feedback on our Instagram page, but people did share the post, so greatly appreciate that much. Gents, people who shared episodes, but no one really made comments on that. And then over on our Crack group page, I'm seeing now if I had comments on there about this, and I don't think we did. And I'm looking on here. No. We did leave a message about this movie, and I misreading it. I apologize mentally, but I'm scrolling down here right now, and I am not seeing anything about Gremlins or Kiss Kiss Bane Bane on our Facebook group. But that's all right. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to do a really quick shout out right now to our Patreon supporters because they help give us money each month, and I thank them for that.
They do?
So no special order. They do. And we are very fortunate, and we love them dearly that they actually would do that. So no special order. We are going to thank Jason Soto from Rabbit Hole Podcast.
Woohoo!
We're going to thank Linda Castro from Bedknob and Broomflicks.
Thank you much.
Jeanette Mickenham from AKA Jeanette. Matt and
Jeanette.
Ashley from Matchley at the Movies.
Thank you.
Donnie Roberts from the Deep Sea Anthologies. And then we are thinking, they say, Jen McQuaid from Shot and Applaud.
Thank you, thank you.
And Harvey Andrus from who is a good friend of ours. And even Harvey Andrus, he sent us a message on Patreon.
Oh, all
but
right.
I lost the message. He did. He sent us a message about a movie that we should watch. And I'm just looking it up right now. Okay, so, hey guys, I just had this movie on in the background and learned that the Jason Briggs character, parentheses Rob Sanders, was in a No Doubt cover band. So it's on Netflix, got panned by one guy, but loved by others. I mean, Heather Graham, come on, do it or not. Peace out. Belated birthday greetings, Vern. I've been working T-Wolves, invites games for the hell of it, new grandson, old guy stuff. And so the movie's called Best Christmas Ever. It's on Netflix. I didn't get a chance to watch it, Harvey, but I will check it out. All right. Eventually, you got me with Heather Graham, so I will seek that out. So thank you.
Thank you, Harvey.
Yay. All right.
We're done.
Well, we are done right now. I should let listeners know and watchers know that we are going to be done for the season for a little bit.
Happy holidays.
I will probably be back with other guests talking about other movies and whatnot. I know I'm going to be doing a recording with Doug from the podcast. What podcast was he from here? I got all these different podcasts here. This is bad. Go back here. Damn it. My notes. No, it's from the Good Times, Great Movies podcast. We're going to be talking about another Christmas favorite of mine, Eyes Wide Shut. And so that will be exclusively for our Patreon users. Go to patreon.com/cinemaricalpod because on their folks, you will find not only bonus episodes and video footage of us. I also posted in its entirety the Clue audio drama that I made for Rabbit Hole Podcast. So
amazing.
That was a lot of fun. Check that out. Good times indeed. Ashley, I want to say my friend, Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, Vern.
All right. Hopefully I will see you in the new year.
I'll think about it. You'll see me.
You'll think about.
You can't get rid of me like that.
You'll see me, okay. All right, good. All right. I want to come over to your house again and help you, put away clothes and things and whatnot.
I've got a whole nother pile.
Yeah?
It's the chore that never ends, friend. It's the
I'm
chore
there.
that never ends.
I'm there. Hell yeah.
Brad.
Fun times
Thanks,
indeed. All right, guys. Well, thanks all for listening and to watching us. Greatly appreciate your support and your love, and we will be back very, very soon.
Next year. We'll see you next year. I'm going to take a nap. A hibernation, a slumber, if you will.